Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 4 of Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Finally got the introduction done correctly that time. So we're starting right off the bat here. You know, our rival YouTube is coming down to tell us some news that he has figured out, and of course we immediately jump into a battle. And there is a lot of cuts here this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I do cut a lot out. Like, if you really want to see like that sort of stuff, please let me know. We could start looking at doing like streams and stuff like that, and then like I'll cut and work around that. I used to do that in the past, and there you can see the true power of Nidoking. But I used to do that kind of stuff in the past, back when I was over on Twitch and then like exporting this stuff over to here. I've been doing it just solely on YouTube just for time's sake, but if you're interested in seeing like whole walkthroughs and stuff like that with nothing cut, hey, please let me know. I could definitely look at doing that. Maybe we'll do like extended cuts or something like that here on the weekend. It is a little bit more work on my end, I'm not gonna lie, but it's nothing bad. And of course, Oddish versus Birdman. Birdman's gonna have a cakewalk here. I think maybe 1 to 2 wing attacks should do it, 2 at most. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for the 1 hit there, because it can poison, stun, or sleep us. Yeah, and it goes for poison, which is not that bad, honestly. I would rather poison over being asleep. It is going to deal damage to Birdman outside of battle if we walk with him. So I believe we did buy some antidotes just in case this very thing occurs, but I think we should be safe in that regard then. And of course we're going to take out Oddish with that. Very good. Oh, we actually didn't take out Oddish. Man, what did I miss there? I must have missed something. Either that or my brain lapsed for a second. I don't know what happened there. King grew to level 17. Not that he really needs it. And Nick grew to level 10. Good job, Nick. Really hoisting us up there. Birdman by poison, and now Pikachu's coming out. Will I switch my Pokemon? Yes. I think Gun Show is a good choice here, just because it's, you know, our rival starter versus our starter. I think anytime he brings out Pikachu, I'm gonna go for Eevee, just so that way it's a fair playing field. It's both of our starters out there, 1v1, really taking the toll here. And I think Bite is probably gonna do the most damage out of everything I have. It's where it kind of stinks with Eevee. Everything's sort of normal. At least Bite is a dark type move, so it does a little bit more damage. And there we go. Pikachu's down. Eevee is obviously the better starter choice. As much as I don't love that, it is actually a factual statement. Like, that's not even really debatable. But there we go. We beat the rival. Let's hear what the rival finally has to say. He's like, let me try that again. Sorry, I lost my cool. The house up there has a famous Pokemon fanatic. He's supposed to live there. I want to stop by, but what I found, and don't freak out when you hear this, the Pokemon fanatic Bill wasn't there. Instead, it was a Pokemon that talked. And he's like, it just gives me the creeps. Don't go in there. I'm like, of course, I'm going to go in there now. So what we're going to do here, for sake of time, number 1, I'm going to give Birdman an antidote and a potion, because he rightfully deserves it. Number 2, I'm going to go through all the battles on like a bridge. I'm going to go over some of the Pokemon I caught. I'm going to go over the encounter with Bill. We're going to go over our second actual capture, how to get Charmander, in case you were curious on that. And that's about it. You know, like, that's all I'm going to cover. There's a bunch of battles between Nugget Bridge and Bill's house that you can sort of navigate around if you really want to. I go through and I do them all 1v1. Like I said, if that's something you want to see, please drop that down in the comments below. I have no problem with really dragging out these Let's Plays, but I find like the 30-minute mark is really good, and this one, including all those cut battles, turned out to be about 51 minutes. So I don't mind doing like a 51-minute narration or a live Let's Play out here where I just sort of crop that and make that the weekly videos, but you know, I'm just trying to stick with like what I think you guys would like to see at the end of the day, right? Like, I don't want to just publish more content and longer content for the sake of publishing more content and longer content. If it's something you're genuinely interested in, please feel free to drop that in the comments. But there we go. We beat the first member of Nugget Bridge. Here's our second one. And I've got King following me now, which honestly I just chose to do because King is a powerhouse. And I have Birdman up in the front, mainly because I think Birdman's going to evolve soon. That's 100% the reason. But I think a mix between Ratman and I used to name him Bulbface. What did I name? Green Thumb. There he is. I think a mix between Ratman and Green Thumb are really going to end up being the hard hitters at the gym. So I'm really looking to get them some good quality EXP in this episode as well. I don't want to cut them out. Like, if they could be useful in any battle, I'm bringing them out. Like, they're really what's going to cause a dent in Misty's gym. I know from past experiences in Misty's gym, I have been stuck there, and especially in Nuzlocke, it has been brutal to move past there. I typically lose a lot of valuable team members when I approach Misty's gym in Nuzlocke, so hoping that's not the case here. Of course, this isn't a Nuzlocke. We don't lose the teammate forever like we would in a Nuzlocke, but to lose more than one team member on a battle like that would be pretty devastating. Especially being as we could take risks. I think that's the big thing. And here, this guy on Nugget Bridge, he has a Sand Shrew. I would love to throw Nick out there, but Nick really doesn't have any useful water moves at all. So I think Quick Attack, let's just see what that does. Not a whole lot. It's going to use Scratch. Okay, but that doesn't do a whole lot either. So maybe let's just keep going for Quick Attack. Why not at this point, right? That's how, like, a lot of these battles, that's why, like, I don't like doing them live anymore. It's like just the amount of time it eats up can be crazy ridiculous. And I know, like I said, for some of you, maybe you really like that, but if the overwhelming majority do, I have no problem doing, like, live streams here on YouTube. I definitely don't like doing it on Twitch anymore. It's become more of a headache than anything moving forward, just to cause, you know, here's my link to this, here's my link to that, here's my link to this. Like, it's just much easier to keep everything on one platform moving forward. And when I was streaming on Twitch, it was, like, not doing hot. I mean, it was doing okay, but it wasn't really what I was hoping for. So I think if I was going to do anything like that moving forward, I would do it here on YouTube, just do, like, live videos. But if that's something you're interested in and there's, like, time frames that work well for you guys, like I said, let me know. This is me just sort of ranting at this point in time as we make our way through Nugget Bridge. Like I said, not the most exciting element of the game, but it is fun to work through Nugget Bridge. And you do get a nugget at the end of it, which is worth a good chunk of money. I'm sure we will be holding on to all the nuggets, pearls, and things like that throughout this series, up until the final, like, the Elite Four episode. Just because you could never have too much stuff there. And the game is handing me Pokeballs left and right. And it's also handing me, like, a lot of health candies and stuff like that, like, pretty heavily. And I'm saving them all for, like, when we have the Pokemon that we want to head into the Elite Four, right? Like, we really want to buff our stats as late as possible with the team that we know is going to make our way through. And here's a Growlithe. So this is actually an exclusive Pokemon. Growlithe you cannot catch in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Now, you can get an Arcanine via trade. And I'm going to be 100% transparent here. I want Arcanine to be on the final team. I've never had an Arcanine on the final team, and I really want to stray away from using Charizard, Blastoids, or Ivysaur. Is that the final evolution? Maybe Venusaur? Yeah, Venusaur. I really want to stray away from using the 3 starters. I want to use a team that I haven't used at all, with the exception of, like I said, the Abracadabra line will definitely be on the team. But so my exception to the rule there for Charizard is going to be Arcanine when we can get him, because it's such a cool Pokemon. Like I said, a Virgin exclusive, we'll have to trade in order to get him in the game. But, and by that I mean trade with an NPC character. I followed up with the person who I thought had this game and could trade so I could get an Alakazam. But that turned out to not be possible. They sold the game a while ago, so I was pretty disappointed to hear that. If any of you out there would like to trade with Average Joe himself, the recommendations would be a Kadabra at the lowest level that a Kadabra could be. You know, right when Abra turns into Kadabra, with no learned TMs or anything like that. Drop a comment down in the comment section below, and we'll make that happen. It's 100% possible. We can do that. But here we go. Of course, this last guy tried to turn me to Team Rocket, like he always does, and I'm going to throw Ratman out here, because it's the perfect opportunity for Ratman to get some EXP. Let's go get it, Ratman. Use his bite. That's okay. Thundershock should be a one-hit kill here. Sorry, I'm stumbling on the words. I'm doing this last minute, and I'm pretty tired, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah, I guess just pretty tired. Of course, we've had soda pops and whatnot, but I've also been in the habit of hitting the gym 3 times a day, which is taxing on the soul. So that's definitely part of it, as well as like my mind just feels fried at the end of the day anymore. But with that being said, there we go. He hits us with Smog, and one more Thunder Shock should do it, and he's not in the range to kill us, it doesn't look like. Oh, I go for Quick Attack. Look at that. Average Joe using the old noodle. Good job, Average Joe. Everybody gets EXP, and we have beat the Grunt. So here's where the cuts really start to begin. Like I said, if you want to see this in between, drop it in the comments down below. If you're willing to trade me a Kadabra, too, as well. I'll trade you King here. You could have King. It's a pretty good trade-off. But here we go. I'm going to go and catch like the Pokemon here that we'll see throughout this route. Just so you guys get like a good idea of like what Pokemon are available here. That's really the only reason I'm doing it. And I also learned later in the episode that you could transfer these Pokemon to the Professor. And once you transfer them, you know, you can't bring them on the team. But he also gives you some pretty good rewards for doing so. So I didn't include that element in there, but that is something I definitely do. I transfer a lot of my extra Pokemon that aren't on the team over to the Professor, because honestly, I don't really need them. I forget if I need Meowth or not, because I think that's the key to get Arcanine. You need 5 Meowths or something like that. But I'm not sure if you need to cop 5 in total, or if you need to have 5 like available to see. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But there we go. We caught him. Now let's go after Venonat, which is honestly one of my favorite bug type Pokemon of all time. I might be tempted to bring Venonat on the team. And here you can see I'm having a really difficult time throwing the Pokeballs, like when they're off to the side like that. I finally figured it out there. Venonat gives me trouble. It has run away multiple times at this point in time when I'm trying to catch it. You can see I'm completely out of Great Balls, and it's 100% because of Venonat. And that should have been an amazing throw, as the game would quote it, but for some reason it isn't. Like, the game is garbage when it comes to Venonat, in my opinion. Like, just some of the catching stuff is ridiculous here. I'm not gonna lie, I spent way too much time trying to catch Venonat. And I get it. I mean, Venonat is an extremely awesome Pokemon. Absolutely love it. He almost made it to the finale of our last Nuzlocke. When we played through, I forget if it was Pokemon Yellow. No, it might have been Fire Red. When we played through Fire Red, I think Venonat almost made it to the end. Like, I think it was like, it died during the gym or something like that. But if it wasn't for that, it was gonna make it. It was pretty close up there. But here we go over here. I saw Meowth. So let's go catch the Meowth as well. Like I said, I'm really hoping that, like, because I know for a fact I traded Meowth to the professor after this. I'm hoping that when it counts the number of Meowths that we have, it counts this one as well. Because I would like to have all 5, so that way I could just go and claim my Arcanine when time comes to shove. But like I said, that'll be in a future episode. We don't get that option in this episode here, although it would be awesome, but not beneficial at all because Misty's a water-type gym leader. But like I said, I like to be transparent with that stuff, so that is definitely my intentions for the fire type on my team. I also have the water type picked out, but I don't want to spoil that just yet. Don't want to spoil it. Don't want to spoil it, folks. And then, yeah. We'll be moving forward in there. And there, Birdman leveled up, and King also leveled up. So, you may be more attuned to, like, what the level ups mean, but I was not at this point in time. Birdman is evolving, which is excellent. Excellent news. Birdman. Spoon Man. It's a song I haven't heard in a long time. But there we go. We have a Pidgeotto. A very classic and cool Pokemon. If we don't need to know Fly for this game, we probably won't be hanging on to Pidgeotto for all that long. And sorry if there's noise in the background. Man, the car is really squeaking out there. Sounds like it has some mechanical problems. Reminds me a lot of my car. But here we go. After we beat all the trainers, we are ready to make our way into Bill's fine house here. Look at this. This is a nice place to live. Just like a couch and some machines and all this jazz. And Eevee's like, what's going on over here? Check it out, Average Joe. I'm like, alright, Eevee, you show me. It's a Nidorino. Or Nidorino. Says, hi, I'm a Pokemon. No, I mean, I'm Bill. Call me Bill. What's with the skeptical look? I'm just joshing you, pal. I screwed up an experiment, got combined with a Pokemon. Why don't you help me out here? I'm going to climb in the teleporter so you can run the cell separation there. Don't leave me hanging. I'm counting on you, pal. Okay. So, I guess we'll help Bill. Why not? I mean, it's just a Pokemon that could talk. We had one of those Pokemon before, so I feel a little bit more inclined to trust him. Because why the hell not? At this point, I guess. There we go. We sent Bill through the teleporter. Eevee's checking it out. There's some crazy stuff going on. Eevee's blown away. Eevee! Are you that excited? Look at that little tail wagging. Okay, there goes the wild Pokemon. And here comes Bill. So Bill is a man who is true to his word, I guess. He was not joshing us, like he said. Yeah, so here he tells us we can actually send him to the Pokemon Professor, which is the first time I realized that, so that's a real nice, simple, easy process. We get the SS ticket from Bill, so we can join the SS Anne, which we will be doing probably not next, maybe next episode, actually. But let's get on to the main course of action here. We probably will be doing the SS Anne on the next episode, honestly. That's probably a good move. But here we go. We need a Pokemon of at least level 15. I think all of our Pokemon are at least level 15. Oh, no, Nick's not. Nick, if you're out there, sorry, buddy. I'm not switch training. I refuse to do it, especially because you're not the water type I plan to bring into the finale. I've had Gyarados on the team many times. But here we go. Let's battle through all of the trainers in here, just to make sure we are ready for Misty. It's always tradition. of Average Joe. I don't skip any optional trainers. Like it, yeah, just doesn't make sense. And in Pokemon Scarlet was a true headache to not include when I was posting videos. Not that I think you guys would hate that, but it just would have drug out the episodes probably about 5-fold. So here we go. We beat that guy, that Goldeen there, the beauty trainer. Green Thumb grows up a level. I was kind of hoping for an evolution there. I don't know when Green Thumb actually evolves, but we probably won't have it till its final evolution. If I'm going to be brutally honest, it's probably not going to happen. There might be a repeat offender on the team when it comes to our grass typing. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more. If you watch any of the other Let's Plays, when we did the Nuzlocke, I had a grass type on the team who was really dominant, and I think they might be making a reappearance. But that'll be the only reappearance outside of the Abracadabra line, I promise. I have my whole team planned out, and I think that's the exception to the rule there. Is like, yeah, there's some grass types in the Kanto region that are better than others, and one of them comes to mind that is particularly well done. If you have an idea of who that is, drop it in the comments below. If you're right, maybe I'll just comment. What would I comment? Maybe steak sauce, or red hot, or something like that. I'll comment something goofy. Whatever it was that I put in what we plan to review this year, because I always have like a, what is it, maybe a sriracha bottle or something like that. I always put something in my PowerPoints that just sort of, whatever, it's just sort of a goofy thing. I'll include like a goofy response if you're right in the comments below, so you'll know. But here we go, we're going up against Seal. Seal actually has decent defenses, it looks like, so that's actually pretty interesting. That, and I think Seal is a partial ice type, which might be helping it out here. But I think here, if we just go with a quick attack, I don't think Seal will know that. And I think quick attack's just gonna do enough to put us over the edge there and win this battle, which is really all we're looking for at this point in time. I mean, just to get through it is really all we want. And King grew to level 19. That's nice. So King will be a really good backup in this final battle. If we really need King, we might, to be brutally honest. Like I said, Misty in the past could be a major pain. Misty in the past used to have a star you and then a star me, like one of each. So, I mean, both are pretty formidable foes. I don't know what she has in this game. I know when we revisit her in Gold, she has a pretty solid team, so I'm hoping that her team stays pretty true to Yellow versus Gold, which of course it will, but let's see if there's any differences here. Psyduck, okay, yeah, she has that in the anime a lot, and she's annoyed by Psyduck. But she definitely does not have that in any of the other games that we played through. Not that Psyduck's going to be a problem. I mean, Psyduck's always going to hit second, and we're probably going to 2-hit KO. So I'm not worried at all against Psyduck. Go, let's use Thunder Shock again. Okay. Yeah, Psyduck's out. Now I'm expecting her ace is going to be Starmie. Yep. Okay. Really good choice. So let's see if we can hit first. Let's see if we could just outspeed here. We can't, and it uses Scald, which kills Ratman. Okay. I'm willing to accept that. Let's send out Green Thumb. Now, Green Thumb, this is why I wish Green Thumb evolved, because it would have more health to sort of work with, and it would have better stats. But I'm going to go with Sleep Powder. Swift, okay. Sleep Powder, please hit. Sleep Powder hits. Perfect. And I think from this point, it's just going to be a Vine Whip to the finish. I think it's sort of locked down that it's going to be a win here. But with that being said here, ladies and gentlemen, it is approaching the end of the episode. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Definitely motivates myself to make videos just like this in the future. If you're looking at, hey, Average Joe, I want longer videos. I want to see full Let's Plays with every battle and every interaction you have. Let me know that too. I definitely have no problem streaming on here. Like I said before, it's definitely something I've thought about before and would like to do. So let me know. But there we go. We beat Starmie. And that, of course, is the end to beating Misty. And Nick grew to level 13. Good job, Nick. So there we go. We have our second badge in this series, as the title hints at. Haha. But until next time, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all here on the next one. And I hope you all have a snazzy week, because I always like to throw that in there for some fucking reason. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, folks? But I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one, where hopefully we'll be getting Arcanine and taking on... Oh, maybe not getting Arcanine. I forget when we actually get him. But we'll be taking on the SS Anne, and we'll have some other battles in between there that are going on. So until then, everybody take it easy, and I hope to see you all here on the next one.